Welcome to ASTOP's summary of the changes and impacts of the empty rates mitigation options in England, which are effective from the 1st of April 2024. The changes were announced on the same day as the March 24 budget and based on the 2023 consultation on business rates, avoidance and evasion. The short video focuses on the retail, office and any non-industrial spaces in England. In early 2024, an expert panel put together by ASTOP summarised the empty rates mitigation options available into three broad headings: already ineffective, those that were effective whilst the space remained empty, and what can often be forgotten is the best way to avoid empty rates, which is to ensure that it is not empty, whether that's achieved by working with the commercial or charity sectors. Although it was not part of the actual speech of the budget on the 6th of March 2024, the following widely expected change to bring England much closer to what Wales and Scotland had already implemented over 2 years earlier was confirmed in the written documents issued on the same day by the government. The big change being that if you are responsible for any non-industrial space incurring empty rates in England, you will now be burdened with empty rates for 3 months, 13 weeks at 100% before you can trigger the request for 3 months exemption. Prior to the 1st of April 2024, your 100% empty rates burden would have been less than half of this at just 6 weeks. This means intermittent occupation has now been rendered financially ineffective compared to the other more ethical and palatable options and the pre-1st of April 2024 version of itself. Here's a brief summary of what brought about this change. What the government described as box shifting in its release, or Bluetooth device using, was based on public and political sentiment deeming this increasingly unpopular because it has been squeezing councils' key services who are missing out on collecting 2/3 of their empty rates revenue. Now, box shifting takes 3 months before even £1 is saved by those seeking to avoid empty rates in this way. The best you are likely to achieve with an agent drops by a quarter from a 55% saving to around 40%. With the charity and community sector playing a greater role in society, especially in harder times, the ethical, charity-led mitigation option remains untouched from the 2023 consultation and the 2024 budget day changes. Here's a visual overview of the choices available to landlords and operators with excess space and the comparable costs and savings. First option, pay empty rates and keep the space empty. We've used £100,000 per annum for simplicity, but this example can be scaled up and down. Alternatively, working with ASTOP's charity network will trigger a net saving to the landlord from day one of at least 50%. We have shown the highest cost to the landlord in the graph at £50,000 after 365 days. As the government has done for decades now, it is supportive of the charity sector. Plus, for UK tax-paying landlords who donate space to charities in kind in essence, they will benefit from a retrospective tax deduction which typically doubles the savings during the year from 50% to 100%. Hence the large drop at day 366 to show the ASTOP option costing zero overall for longer durations. The dotted line shows the 50% savings which will still be achieved by non-tax paying landlords such as pension schemes and REITs. To help you compare, if you were to hire an agent to do box shifting under the new 13 weeks rule in England's office and retail voids, you would incur 100% empty rate for 91 days before getting the relief for a further 91 days, during which time you would typically pay the agent 20% of the savings before the cycle repeats again, which makes it 20% more expensive than the charity option, £60,000 compared to £50,000 over the course of a year. The shaded area between the green lines showing how the box shifting option, formerly known as intermittent occupation, has gone up in cost dramatically from the 1st of April 2024, so much so that it is no longer competitive. Here again are the three options going forward from the 1st of April 2024. However, there is a fourth option for those who might have the fortune of spare space, great diary management, and a zero-cost in-house team to move items around every 91st day. The yellow line is the best-case scenario for box shifting, as it shows zero cost during the rates relief period. Comparing all options, only with ASTOP will you achieve any savings during the first 91 days, because in-house or agent-led box shifting will still carry the burden of the longer 91 days at 100% empty rates to trigger the exemption for the next 91 days. The shaded red area shows the landlord's net savings from the ASTOP charity network option during that first quarter. During the second quarter, even with an in-house team, the highest net saving that can be achieved is 50% on the very last day of this half-year cycle. So overall, intermittent occupation, whether by box shifting or Bluetooth device using, can no longer achieve the same savings as the charity option in England for non-industrial spaces. For landlords, comparing the option of doing nothing with the best option available, as measured in financial terms and in terms of ESG, is the charity network route. The shaded area shows the cost savings that can be achieved, especially on the first anniversary, whilst retaining the flexibility of terminating the relationship at any time, penalty-free, with just a month's notice. To summarise, from the 1st of April 2024, both in terms of the level of savings and the time taken to start to save, box shifting is no longer effective in England, just like Wales and Scotland. Insurance costs are lower when a space is occupied by charities compared to intermittent box shifters. And with lights on and activity, spaces are better maintained and noticed more by potential tenants and more likely to receive substantial SIL savings for developers. And finally, during and long after our ethical empty rate savings that helps charities comes to an end, landlords and developers will enjoy the benefits of a more positive relationship than those who have or continue to avoid empty rates with boxes and Bluetooth, such as relationships with planning and business rates at the local authority. If you have any questions or wish to discuss any aspect of this video or our work, please reach out. Thank you.